track. Get in position and wait for my go.
Hello everyone, I'm Eric Lane. Welcome to your Monday edition of the PE Crime Blotter. The parents of an autistic Chaparral High School student who was arrested during an undercover drug sting at Chaparral High School back in December have put out a petition. Their son is facing possible expulsion from the school. I'm joined now by Press Enterprise's Sarah Bird. She joins us on the phone from the Temecula Bureau. Sarah, tell us about the investigation and what went down with the son's arrest and now exactly what the parents are trying to do.
Right. This teen was one of 22 students arrested in an undercover drug bust at a couple of Temecula high schools last semester. Basically, undercover deputies went into the schools and tried to get students to sell them drugs in an attempt to, identify the drug dealers on campus. At any rate, this teen was one of the people that was charged with selling drugs. His parents say they accused him of twice selling marijuana to the undercover officer. The teen was arrested in school one day and taken. The sheriff's officials interrogated him for a few minutes without a lawyer present or his parents, and he was booked into juvenile hall. The parents were upset because they thought they should have been notified that he was arrested. Basically, they said he just didn't come home that day, and they started making calls, and they didn't end up seeing him until a couple of days later at his first juvenile court appearance. But now he's facing expulsion from school, and his parents are trying to fight the district over that. But they've also started this petition online that's gotten more than 1,000 signatures so far, they say. Basically, they're just calling for the district to review this program. They say that it puts students, especially like their sons, special education students, at risk, that they are too vulnerable to the kind of intense pressure that they say this officer put on their son, and they just think it's inappropriate for these kind of tactics to be used against students with disabilities. They say that their son, he's been diagnosed with not only autism, but bipolar disorder, Tourette's syndrome. He's on several psychiatric medications. So they said that while he understood that it was wrong to sell drugs, that it wasn't within his capabilities to stand up to that kind of intense pressure from the officer.
And what has been the response from the school district regarding this issue so far?
Well, they just have not been willing to discuss it with me at all. They just put out a really basic written statement saying that they thought it was the best thing to do for the safety of the kids. The sheriff's department said that sending these undercover officers into the schools is a really efficient way to address the problem of drug dealing in schools. They said that it has a strong deterrent effect. And I spoke with someone just today, the prosecutor in the DA's office that handled these cases, and he defended the sheriff's office. He said that there's no indication whatsoever that anything the undercover officers did was in any way inappropriate. He said that the sheriff's office should be commended for the work that they did.
All right, Sarah, thanks for joining us. That does it for your Monday edition of the PE Crime Blotter. Be sure to stay tuned right here on PE.com for the latest on this story.